Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm here for Tassel Tuesday. I have had contacted my friend Jovi. She is on YouTube as Creating with Jovi, and I'll link her channel below. But she was doing Tassel Tuesday and making some beautiful tassels, and I've made tassels before. And she just inspired me to go ahead and make some more tassels. I've been wanting to, and so she motivated me and inspired me. So I asked her if I could join in her Tassel Tuesdays, and so she said yes. And so I've made a tassel here that I wanted to share with you for this week, and so I plan on doing this every week. In my Thrifty videos are going to be moved to Thursday, which is going to be Thrifty Thursday. So I think that'll work out well. But here's what I'm making. I'm calling this a Halloween tassel. And I'm going to show you what is in here after we get it together. But I thought maybe we could finish it up together. So I've got all my strands here and show you what's in the strands in just a minute. But I'm going to put them together with a little notebook ring here, and so they're the kind that just open up, and this is like a 1 inch. Let me get my box here and I will tell you these are 3/4 inch diameter. So I've got a box of those, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it together here in the middle and wrap this around the middle. I wanted to make it as chunky as I could, and I actually had in mind to put more in here, and then it was getting so chunky, you know, just like we make our journals, we keep making them chunkier and chunkier. Tassels, I think, can be the same way. Okay, so I'm just going to close up my notebook ring here in the middle, pretty much. Okay, and make sure it's in the middle. It looks like it needs to be moved down just a hair. Okay, and you can make, you know, I mean, if you made tassels before, you know how to make them, but you can make them as short or as long or as chunky or non-chunky as you want. You know what I mean? Okay, so I think that's good. So I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to get it together totally, and then I'll show you what I put in here as my strands of goodness here. So I've got my notebook ring right here, and that can be used to attach to a binder ring, you know, an eyelet, anything you have in your journal or wherever you want to use your tassel. So I think I'm just gonna add some. I have this. It's called natural cord. I think sometimes it's called hemp cord maybe, but it's like unwaxed cord. And I just have had some of this for a while in my stash here, my craft room, and thought, why don't I just go ahead and use some of this, because I haven't been using it. I need to use it up. And I had bought it for some jewelry I was making, so now I can use it for some tassels and things like that. And I did use one strand in here too where I put some beads on it, so I'll show you that in a second. So this is going to be another strand. I made it long enough so it'd be another strand in my tassel, and I'm just going to use it to tie off the top here also. So I'm just going to wrap around. Let me get this even under my tassel here. So I'm going to just get this even so it's even on both sides, and I'm going to pull this tight, all the strands tight as I can, down on the bottom part of my notebook ring, and then tie a knot here. And I'm going to probably tie a double knot here, making sure it doesn't come apart. So I'm going to tie it once, one knot, let's see. And then I'm going to make sure everything's pulled down before I tie my second knot, and not like going in any wrong direction or backwards or anything like that. Everything's pulled down tight. It looks good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and push it down below my notebook ring there and tie it off. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me put it down for a second and pull it tight again under my notebook ring, and go ahead and tie the second knot. So now I've added another layer with the thing that I'm tying it off with, and it's also added into the tassel. Okay, so before I have a little charm here that I made to put onto the notebook ring too. It's got a lobster claw clasp. I added my little charm that I made onto the lobster claw clasp with a jump ring right here. It's a good size one, so I could get lots of stuff on there. And then I put this little owl bead. It's purple, so I figured it's a purple owl that would be good for Halloween. I didn't really have any Halloween beads, so I'm just using what I have. These are two little sparkly kind of brownish beads that I put on a head pin, you know. I put that through all the beads and made a little loop at the top so I could attach the jump ring. And then I also had this little key that looks like an owl. It's tiny, but I'll try to show it to you. Right here, a little key. I put that on the jump ring too. That's why I wanted a big one, so I have plenty of room for everything I wanted on there. So I have my little charm on a jump ring, so I can just attach this to my, you know, easy enough to attach it to my little notebook ring here. And there we go. And I'm going to turn my notebook ring around so that the place where you open it is at the top in case it needs to be opened in the future to attach it to something. It really doesn't have to be opened. You can attach it to something that doesn't need to be opened. But say you need to open it there, I wanted the little piece that comes open here at the top. So I'm just going to turn that a little bit more, work it through there. So it isn't at the top, but it's at the side right there. So there's my little charm. And so let me show you what I put in here. You can see it's pretty chunky, and I think it turned out really pretty. And so I'm calling this my Halloween because of the colors. So I've got in here, this was a ribbon that was wide and it was wired. And I've had it in my stash for a while, and I was wondering what I was ever going to make with it because it's kind of sparkly and glittery and orange, and it's not a color I use a whole lot, sparkly orange ribbon. So when I was looking around for orange and black and purple to put in this tassel, I decided to use it, and I cut it in half and cut the wire off. So I think it made it really pretty and fluffy. And I also have in here some black and white kind of, and it has like almost like little pom-poms on it. It's a little eyelash trim. I received that in Happy Mail. And this one too, also a little eyelash trim that has a lot of orange eyelashes and some other colors in there. I have the same thing I did to the orange ribbon. I did with this burlap ribbon. It was wired. I cut it in half and cut the wires off and made it into strips I could use in here. This was a thick black grosgrain ribbon, wide I mean by thick, and I also cut that in half to use because these are some things like I probably used the burlap ribbon more than anything, but the black ribbon was for a special project. I was like, when am I ever going to use that again? Of course it probably would come in handy, but I have a large roll of it, so I've got plenty left. So what else did I put in here? Here is some purple pom-pom trim. I think that added a nice touch to it and a nice texture. And this ribbon right here, this is ribbon, some fall type Halloween-ish ribbon that I picked up at a thrift store. And one more thing, if I can find it, I will show it to you. I think it's in here. I hope I put it in here. I made it to go in here, but I don't see it. I wonder if I didn't put it in here. I don't know how I could not have put it in here, but hold on. Let me see if I can you know, I don't think it's in here. I don't see it, but it's pretty without. Oh, here it is. It's hiding in the middle. Okay, let me drag it out here. It's so fluffy, I couldn't find it. This is some beads. I put on some of that natural cord. I used the black one again here for this. So I've got it, you know, 10 beads on here. So I put like 5 on each side. And so here it is. Here's the whole thing. It's hiding in the middle. I have to pull that out a little bit, but that's some beads. They're wooden beads I put on black cord, you know, to add another texture. I just think the beads or the tassels are so neat with a lot of different textures and ribbons. So here it is. Let me show it to you this way so you can see all the fluffiness and all the layers. And I think it turned out really cute. And so it is done. Here's the, you know, we put the charm on, we put it together, and I didn't want to, I did a lot of prep beforehand so that, you know, you wouldn't have to just watch me cutting ribbon and stringing beads, right? So I just wanted to show you the overall effect in case you wanted to make some ribbons and maybe, or make some tassels. Maybe you haven't made one in a while and you maybe you need some inspiration. So Jovi and I will link her channel below, and if you want to join us in Tassel Tuesday, just let us know. We can link your channel also. But super fun. Tassels are not hard. They're you know, depending on what you put in them, you know, will determine the amount of time they take, you know. But anyway, I hope this will inspire you to make some tassels and make some pretty things to go along with your journals or whatever you want to use a tassel for. And so that's it for this week. I will have another tassel video for you next Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. And happy crafting, and make yourself some tassels. See you next time.